Hi everyone, I'm going to do a quick review of the iPad. I'm sorry, that's not even correct. I'm going to do a quick review of the Kindle Fire and the Nook Tablet computer, kind of like a comparison. And it's going to be from the perspective of someone like me, someone who reads a ton of books and enjoys like Android type phones, which is kind of like the tablet part of this, the tablet part of these two products. So let's start off with the Amazon Kindle Fire. I bought the Amazon Kindle Fire, pre-ordered it, was so excited to get it, got it, opened it up, and the first thing I thought was, whoa, this is a heavy product. It was a lot heavier. I had the Amazon Kindle 3, which was the e-ink one. Loved it. My dog ate it. And by ate it, I mean he just chewed it up. He didn't really swallow. But my dog chewed it up, so I ended up getting the Amazon Fire because it was color, it was a touch screen, and because it was supposed to have some tablet type qualities. Here are the things that I didn't like about it and the reasons why I returned it 2 days later. Number one, the Amazon Kindle Fire does not come with a cord that plugs into the wall and can become a USB cord. It's just the kind that goes in the wall, so it's not a USB, micro USB, whatever connection to your computer. So it doesn't come with the cord to upload and download things from your computer onto the actual device itself. I find that to be stupid. The previous versions and generations did. For the price you're paying, the $200, I don't see why this one didn't. The other thing, again, it was very, very heavy. I did not like the heavy feeling. In addition to that, when you actually hold the product, it is square. It is completely square. The edges are square and it has no contour. It doesn't get thinner on the edges like the old Kindles did, the e-ink ones. Now, for me, that was an uncomfortable feeling when holding it. And the edges of the Kindle Fire go all the way to the edge of the device. So I'll show you the Nook Tablet. There's the screen, and the edges, this has an edge. The screen on the Kindle Fire goes all the way to the edge. I didn't feel like I had somewhere to actually hold when I was holding the device itself. Now a lot of people will say, well, why don't you get a cover for it, a case for it, blah, blah, blah. You know what? What if I just wanted to hold it? I'm kind of digging the feeling of holding it and using it like a tablet. I was enjoying that. But because I was very uncomfortable holding it, it was so heavy, I decided to return it. Another thing, I probably could have fixed this, but I had already in my head decided I really didn't like the device. But when you are reading a book and you're reading it and it's up like this, and say you're laying in bed and you turn your head over and you turn it to the side like this if you're laying in bed and reading, well, the whole screen, if you look at this, there's a way to lock it so that it doesn't flip. You can click this button right here on the Nook and it will flip. I'll actually show you. On the Nook, oops. Did it work? And so when I flip it, I don't know if I clicked it right. Oh, I locked it. Unlock it. Now the writing's that way. Now the writing's that way. Okay? On the Kindle Fire, there wasn't a quick, easy way to like lock that so it doesn't happen. And I'm sure there was a way to go in there and figure it out, but I was just like, forget it at this point. So I sent it back. I went to Barnes & Noble and I picked out the Nook Tablet. Now, the Nook Tablet, my local library started, you're able to download books from the library onto the Nook. And you're able to do that sooner than you were able to do with the Kindle. The Kindle Fire, on my local library, you're able to download those books now, the e-books. But at my local library, like I said before, it was just the Nook. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get the Nook, was because I knew that I could download some library books on it, which was awesome. Also, when you bought the Kindle Fire, I know I'm going back and forth and I apologize, but the Kindle Fire, it came with a 1-month free subscription to Amazon Prime. Now with that you could download like all this stuff, and it was like videos and audio and books. Well, when you actually read the fine print, you were able to download if you have Amazon Prime, you can download one free ebook a month. Now, for someone like me who can read multiple books in a month, and I wanted to get some free books out of the deal, I mean, yeah, one is good, but one per week would have been better. When I was at Barnes & Noble, the guy told me that the Nook tablet, you're allowed to download one free book a month. No. One free book every Friday. You get a free book. I haven't figured out how it works yet, but I haven't had it on a Friday yet, so it doesn't even matter. I'll figure it out before then. But I have already downloaded books from my local library, put them on here. The interface on this, okay, the Nook is weird because it has this weird, like, hole. I don't understand that whole point. Whatever. But on the Kindle, I liked, one thing I did like about it was the actual software itself. It was very, very user-friendly. It was easy to find things, where they were, have them organized, that whole thing. I like that part of the Fire more than I do the Nook. For me, the Nook is a little bit confusing to get used to, where you have, like, your background here, you have, like, this weird bar down here, but then you also can click this little Nookie button at the end. I don't really know what it's called. And you have a home, a library, you can go shopping, you can search, and there's this whole bar that comes up in the settings and stuff. If you go to you have to hit the library from there, go up to the library, and then there's all these magazines, newspapers, and all these other things here. And then from there you can do other stuff, and then you have to always go back to hit the Nookie thing and this. Having the Nook button is nice because it brings you back to the home page, but then I feel like there's parts where it's a little less organized than the Kindle is. That being said, you can figure it out. The Kindle does run like the cloud and all that, whereas the Amazon Kindle does. The Nook by Barnes & Noble does not. Whatever. Not a big deal for someone like me, yet again. In addition, when you get the Nook, you get free trials to tons of magazines, newspapers. That's kind of cool. You have to remember to cancel them or else they'll charge you. But that was cool. Lot less weight in the Nook. I mean, much more comfortable. Also, again, there's a size to grab onto, and it is not completely square. This is contoured and slightly dips down, so it feels more comfortable to hold in the hand if you don't have a case or something. Just trying to think what else. Oh, if you read a lot of books like I do, and, okay, let's see. Okay, I was just reading a book, and then I clicked the magazine. So I can click up here and keep reading the magazine, but I don't want to. I want to go back to the book I was reading. So I have to find the book I was reading, which apparently is in my books. Go to it. Now, the cool thing about this also, I don't know if Amazon has it or not. I didn't even get that far. But you can click the bottom. I can hit the text button, and I can change it from this white mode to the night mode, so the background is actually dark and the writing is white, which is awesome because I read a lot at night before I go to bed. Also, same thing, I can go to the brightness of the screen, and it's bright and you can see it right now, and if I go all the way down, you can hardly see it, but at night, when there's no light around, it's very easy for me to read and it doesn't hurt your eyes as much, which I really, really, really like. So those are great features if you are an avid reader, such as myself. Let's see, you can touch and swipe the screen to flip a page, or if you touch the left side of the screen, it'll flip back a page. If you touch the right side of the screen, it'll go forward. If you touch the middle of the screen, it brings up that stuff that I was just talking about, the darkness, the day, night, the brightness, things like that. So, very user-friendly. Just so much better than the Amazon Kindle. I'm much happier with this product than I am with the Kindle Fire. So, coming from my perspective, oh, another thing, the Kindle Fire had like a power button on the bottom, which if you hold it upside down, you could read it regular. and have the power button on the top, which would be much more sensible, because if it's at the bottom, you're holding it, you would hit it a lot, or if you're propping it up on something, it would hit it accidentally, so it would always like put it in sleep mode or turn your device off, which is really annoying. The power button on the Nook is on the side, and so is the volume buttons. The charging area is on the bottom on both of them, which is, I wish it was in a different spot, just because like I do tend to hold it down there, but that's my review, and hopefully it was helpful to some of you guys, and again, it was from a reader's point of view.